What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are all good. Just give me 1 second here to get set up. I'm an old man. It takes a while. 1 second here to get set up. I'm a little bit of echo. All right. What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Hello, hello. Good to see all you beautiful people. We're gonna get started here in just a second. How's your guys' Sunday going? Some of you guys it's probably Monday, but I think for most of you guys it's Sunday. All right, 125 people, sheesh. Hello, everybody. What's up? Sally, Taco, Fang, Pepper, Chill Guy. Oh man, chat's moving too fast. You guys gotta remember, I'm old. It takes me a while, you know? Okay, we are also live on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/DeepHumorYT. Been doing this whole dual streaming thing as well. So a little bit of backstory. So as I'm sure you guys know, Roblox is a video game that has a very dodgy past with a lot of child predators on there. There was a YouTuber named Schlepp who was trying to catch a lot of the predators, and Roblox responded by banning him. And ever since then, they've been going and making bad decision after bad decision, and continuously adding weird changes to the platform. So what's it called? David Baszucki, the Roblox CEO, just did an interview, and it was apparently pretty bad. I heard he was dodging a lot of questions and he was acting kind of weird. So we're gonna basically react to the interview, and I want to hear what you guys think. Thank you to everybody for being here, taking the time out of your days to be here. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Hopefully, how's the music? Too loud, too quiet? Let me know. I can turn it down if needed. But yeah, we're gonna get started here in a second. And right, I think about middle volume is fine. All right, ready?
Mike's wrong.
Here we go.
All right. When we come back, we'll be joined by Roblox CEO David.
Let me know how the
Baszucki.
volume is, guys.
David Baszucki, welcome to Hard Fork.
It is great to be here. Thank you.
You have joined us today to talk about this new age gating policy that Roblox is rolling out to protect kids. And I think we should start by just talking about the scope of the problem here. What has led you to this point, and how do you think of the problem of predators on Roblox?
We think of it not necessarily just as a problem, but an opportunity as well. How do we allow young people to build, communicate, and hang out together? How do we build the future of communication at the same time? So we've been, I think...
I think he just worded that poorly, but the answer was yes, they're a huge problem and we got to fix it. And not, oh, we think it's an opportunity. It's a little bit of weird wording. I don't mean to nitpick here, but I mean, come on.
In a good way, working on this ever since we started. And when we were, this was almost 18 or 19 years ago, when we first launched the company, and we had just 4 of us sitting in a room, we were literally the moderators. Like, we would rotate all the time. And so fast forward to where we are today, it's just like every week, what is the latest tech at the scale we're at? 150 million daily actives, 11 billion hours a month. Like, what is the best way to keep pushing this forward? And as you correctly note, we've just started adding that we're going to be using facial age estimation with AI to complement that.
Right. So tell us a little bit about how this works. All users of Roblox now, if they want to communicate with others, they're going to have to kind of submit to a face scan?
That's correct. And I think long-term face scan isn't the only signal. Like mathematics.
I'm gonna let him finish here, but this was one of the things that I've been like tweeting about recently. Man, if Roblox gets hacked with all those pictures of little kids on their website, oh my God, it would probably be the biggest children's biometric data leak of all time. You guys think that's a fair statement? That's crazy, because millions of kids use Roblox, and obviously they want to talk to people. So they likely already have millions of photos of kids. If they get hacked, it is over.
Mathematically, the more signals that are convoluted, the better the accuracy and the better we can get. So we already have signals. We have behavioral signals. We have photo ID upload signals. We have user suggested age. But we're complementing that with a facial age estimation signal that...
And as I'm sure you guys know, the age verification thing has been very inaccurate. I've made an entire video talking about how Roblox age verification has been not doing a good job, but yeah.
Literally, you know, in an ephemeral way, use your phone, use your PC, scan an image, do a good AI estimation, image isn't stored, and start using that to complement all the other things we do. And we already do a pile of stuff. We have very, very good text filters. We have very, very good, there's no image sharing. We're doing a bunch of monitoring, but adding one more signal to that can really help us make cool decisions.
I want to learn more about this face scanning technology, but first I'm just struggling to understand like exactly how many of your users are which ages. Like my impression from the outside as a non-daily active user of Roblox is that a lot of kids who are 9, 10, 11, 12 are on the app. What is sort of the most popular age band of active users on Roblox?
This is really interesting, and I think this goes to what we've been saying for a while. In
David is the new Schneider.
Maybe
that's an interesting comment. You guys, I'm sure most of you guys know who Dan Schneider is, right? He was the guy on Nickelodeon who was being weird to all the kids that were acting on the Nickelodeon shows. It's actually not a bad comparison, to be honest.
Last 5 to 10 years, people look at Roblox and say, well, these are kind of these primitive games and everyone on the platform is pretty young. We've seen that migrate over the last 5 years from predominantly under 13 to now, I believe we recently said self-reported almost 2/3 over 13. And we can see those numbers growing and growing.
Get the fuck out of here. Wait. Self-reported, so he means the users themselves are saying that? Did you just say that 2/3 of the platform on Roblox is over 13? No, I feel like that's bullshit. I feel like most of the kids I know that play Roblox are under 13. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Almost 2/3 over 13, and we can see those numbers growing and growing. Like fastest growing segments on Roblox are 21 and up right now.
Or at least people who say they're 21 and up.
Yeah. Now, I think those numbers have a fair amount of current efficacy. We're obviously balancing those with the age estimation because we want a tighter estimation. But just looking at the size of the cohorts and the growth rates, there's a fair amount of accuracy to that.
You know, when the EU rolled out some age assurance technology earlier this year, we saw a lot of kids that just took a photo of a video game character and used that to pass the age checks. How confident are you that your systems can avoid that kind of
I think we have a lot of opportunity here in that we already have other signals that are maybe not as reliable, but when combined are very reliable. We also have the opportunity. This isn't just a one-time thing. Roblox experiences are, you're holding a phone. In many cases, we can use signals from your phone or the camera to animate your face, for example. So this isn't kind of a one-stop shop thing. This is possibly checking as we go. If we see weird signals, do another age check as we go. So I'm pretty optimistic.
You know, I'm not like some sort of like, I don't know, like some Nostradamus of interviewing or something like that. But like just from like the way this is going, I haven't seen this full interview yet. But like when someone asks you a question, try to answer the question. You know what I mean? The guy asked, how confident are you in Roblox's ability to discern fake age verification from real? You got to say either whether you're really confident or not. You're just saying that, oh, we have these extra checks and all that. So is that a yes or no? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess you're saying you are confident, but I don't know. Just it's weird that they don't like directly answer the question, you know?
More naive, like take a picture of that. We're going to go way beyond that. And it's going to get harder and harder to fingerprint in that
exactly.
way.
Okay.
So after you roll out these changes, you're going to
like, for example, pretty much the first question he got asked was like, oh, do you think that there's like a huge problem with predators on the platform? And then he's like, not just a problem, but an opportunity. It's like, no, say, yes, there is a huge problem with predators on the platform. We want to fix it. You know, like that's, I don't know. I feel like he's not doing himself any favors with his answers. That's just me.
sort of sort users into bands, and depending on, if you're like 13, you're only going to be able to talk to people within a few years of your age. For most of Roblox's history, though, that has not been the case. Any anonymous adult could talk to any anonymous minor. Why was that the case?
I think we've always, from day one, really focused very heavily on quality of text filtering. And if anything, we've had very, very historically restrictive text filtering over time. One of the biggest complaints on Roblox, and arguably trading in a good way safety for growth, has been complaints of communication on the platform. Like, there's a lot of Roblox memes and themes. If you go back and dig into them, everyone's just saying hashtag, hashtag, hashtag. And there's been a lot of...
Because that's how you blur out words that aren't supposed to use.
That's correct. So there's a lot of historical memes about historical hashtag. With AI, these filters have gotten better.
Yeah, but then what about when somebody like Schlepp sends you guys messages from actual predators, and then you guys say you'll look into it, and then you guys don't? How about those situations? I wish the interviewer would have asked him that. Like, oh, we've seen a video from a guy named Schlepp where he said that he sent you guys these emails and these messages of these people being weird towards minors. Why did you guys not ban those people off the platform? Just food for thought, right?
And better. The state of where we are now is primarily getting into the blocking of adversarial attempts to broach the filter and adversarial attempts to try to share PII, which we're getting better and better at as well. On the age estimation, it's just, I would say, recently come of age to the point where we would complement it. But I would say our strategy is always complement with whatever technology is out there to put that together.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. When I read these lawsuits and these investigations into the company, it does not seem like predators are having that hard of a time getting around your filters. Like, you read the allegations, and it's, people kind of, change a few keywords, a few letters here. They're able to get what they need. So I'm curious, what's made you so confident that these are working?
I don't want to comment on it. We do see the chat logs of those, and we can see interesting and many times ways of people trying to...
Why don't you want to comment on it, though? Isn't that what the whole point
many
of this
times
interview?
People who are fairly sophisticated, and I'm not going to say all of them, many times kids who are over 13 who actually in any other app are not running in a filtered situation.
I mean, hopefully I'm not jumping ahead here, but hopefully the interviewers, once he finishes this soliloquy, ask him, so can maybe ask why you don't want to comment on it? Isn't that the whole point of this interview, to talk about child safety on Roblox?
Unfortunately, figuring out how to jump to some other platform where they can communicate unfiltered, where they can share images, all of it. It's one of the primary things we're doing is trying to keep people on our platform. It's an interesting industry situation. I would say we're not waiting for the rest of the industry. We're like,
that's true.
We're always trying to stay ahead of it. We, on the California age appropriate design code, for example, we're already doing all of that stuff.
Maybe I'm just impatient, but like, just finish answering the question, man. Let's move on to another question. Like, we don't need a 2-minute, 3-minute long answer for every question. You know what I mean?
And the same thing with age estimation. We're not doing this because of any laws that are coming. We think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned sort of kids leaving the platform, and it does become clear in this lawsuits that Roblox is kind of, where predators go to find kids, but then they
I would say in the lawsuit or the press.
Yeah. By the way, like, if I'm an interviewer, right, I can't ask you a question if you keep interrupting me. You know what I mean? Like, I would just, like, if I was the interviewer there, and again, I don't know what the constraints of this interview was. Maybe, they can only ask him certain types of questions, but like, I would have been like, hey, like, do you mind if I finish? Because like, he doesn't even know what the question is. He didn't even finish. Here, let's just get a replay of this.
It does become clear in this lawsuits that Roblox is kind of, where predators go to find kids, but then they
see, like, look, he said, yeah, it might be a situation where Roblox is a place where predators try to find kids, but then blah, blah, blah. And he was about to continue, and then Mr. Baszucki over here freaking just interrupts him. So he doesn't even understand what the question was.
Lawsuits that Roblox is kind of, where predators go to find kids, but then they I
would say in the lawsuit or the press, yes, I would categorically reject the actual description of what you're saying. Yeah. But yes, what you might read in the news would portray it that way. But
you don't think you have a problem with predators on the platform?
I think we're doing an incredible job at innovating relative to...
Yes or no? It's a yes or no question. Do you not think that you have a problem with predators on the platform? Either yes, I do think we have a problem, or no, I don't think we have a problem. But then he instead keeps talking about his innovations. What the hell are you? Well, what's going on? You Isaac Newton trying to show me your scientific innovations? Come on now.
Problem with predators on the platform.
I think we're doing an incredible job at innovating relative to the number of people on our platform and the hours in really leaning into the
How long is this interview? It started at like 7:51 of this video to like 37. So it's about a half an hour
of how this is going to work.
So let me ask the question about the other platforms though, because I mean, I agree with you that this is not a story about one company. Like what we see is predators will come to a place like Roblox, then they try to get a child somewhere else. Like Discord is a platform that kind of comes up a lot. It seems to me like you could probably stop a lot of abuse if you prevented those platform shifts from happening. So like what can you do in that regard? Like, you know, in my mind, if you see somebody chatting like, hey, like what's your Discord username? And it's an adult talking to a minor, that seems like it's a red flag. Maybe you're doing some of that kind of detection.
Did you put it on 2 times speed? No, and I'll tell you why. I actually want to see the cadence. I want to hear the cadence of his voice, his mannerisms, his facial expressions. I'm not some armchair psychologist or something, but I kind of just want to see his natural, real reaction to everything that's being said and the way he says it. You know what I mean?
Is a very simple red flag.
Yeah.
Like that sounds like text filter many prior generations. So I would say the techniques are much more sophisticated than that. We're constantly getting better than that. And sometimes it's adversarial. Like we're getting into, you know, if we cryptographically, we're going to try to have an exchange of how to share your Snap handle or whatever handle.
I know this is serious. Sorry, I'm making a stupid joke, but like, notice the guy on the right, his like, he's moving a lot. His drink in his cup, dude, that shit is like...
of how to share your Snap handle or whatever handle. We see some of that starting, like things will have to essentially...
Sorry, I'm stupid. All right.
handle. We see some of that starting, like things will have to essentially prevent in the future.
I don't understand. So, like, what do you mean, like a cryptographic exchange?
Imagine you and I were trying to share...
Bro is nodding 24/7.
The name of an airport somewhere in the world, and we were getting blocked by all of the filters. We might actually start getting really creative, like use the third letter of every fifth word to spell out the airport. And those are the kind of things we get into right now.
I have sort of a basic question.
Morse code? Well,
and forgive me if this betrays my naivete about Roblox and how the platform works, but like, why have a sort of open-ended text communication feature at all on a game that is very popular with young people? Like, I have a son, he's too young to play Roblox or any other game, but I can imagine saying as a parent of a slightly older child, like, I just don't want my kid playing games that allow them to chat with other people in this way. There are lots of games out there that don't have that kind of feature. Why is this so core to the way that Roblox works?
Well, I would highlight that a couple things. First, there's enormous benefits for having people be able to communicate. And we see those benefits. There's a lot of kids who find their peeps on Roblox. There's a lot of kids when
they find their peeps. They're peeps, buddy. No, they find their groomers on Roblox, brother. Come on now. Let's be real here.
Lonely or isolated. Actually, I'm not going to use it as an excuse or anything, but I get a lot of calls from famous parents who said, look, my kid would be dead if it were not for finding a community on a platform like Roblox to stay connected with.
What?
And I would also say we do...
What? Okay, all right. So... that would make sense if they were, I don't know, maybe in their late teens and stuff like that. But like a 7-year-old was going to end their life or something if they didn't find a community on Roblox. What? I don't know.
Finding a community on
like
a platform like Roblox to stay connected with. And I would also say we do take it as an enormous responsibility to design for not the sophisticated parent who goes in and says, look, I'm going to turn off who you can chat to and all of that. We have to design for all parents and think through that. But we do believe we have enormously great technology up and down the stack. We think it's part of building
wait, guys, does he think that they have enormously great technology? I don't know. He might have mentioned that maybe once or 7,000 times.
It's like this, if you go out there in the gaming space, I think it is very common to support communication. I'm not going to list any other games. And typically, we are way beyond in, I'd say, our innovation level, responsibility level on both the filtering, on the image sharing, on all of these things.
Is it fair to say that you think that any platform of Roblox's size with the number of young users Roblox has would be experiencing similar safety challenges?
I wouldn't categorize any of that.
They're peeps, more like they're creeps. That's a good one.
Say we're at a scale that is somewhat mind-boggling. So I'm not going to run any, excuse numbers of Roblox relative to any other platforms. But I would say at a scale of 11 billion hours is very different than a scale of 10 million hours. It's 1,000 times that size of it. And I would say the scale we're at is quite enormous. It's 150 million people every day. It's many more than that every month. And relative to an individual game, the scale's enormous. We have experiences on our platform right now which have 25 million people playing at the same time. And traditionally in the gaming market, the record prior to that, I think, was 11 or 12 for all of Fortnite.
We have to learn how to be more concise here.
And prior to that,
and thank you for becoming a member, Chalky. I appreciate it. Let's get some W's for Chalky. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Game, like I remember when Minecraft hit 1 million users. So think about that. A whole platform at some point in time like Minecraft hitting 1 million users, a single game on Roblox hitting 25 million users. So
right. But you guys want that scale, right? You court it. You send push notifications. You give people daily login rewards. Like, you want the millions and the millions to show up.
I think we actually see there being an incredible opportunity if that scale is going through platforms with good systems. It's actually a big thing. And that the scale already exists. Like the gaming space in a way is $190 billion. So we now have about 3 or 4% of that. I guess 3%.
Hey, thank you, Chalky. I appreciate the support. Let's get some W's for Chalky. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Through Roblox. So I would say we like the scale. It creates an opportunity for individual game creators who might be making their game by themselves without part of systems like that to make it as part of a more overall system.
Here's the dynamic that I think that people find frustrating. We have many large tech platforms right now.
It makes it easier for me to read your messages.
That I think that people find frustrating. We have many large tech platforms right now. They seek this enormous scale. They reach previously unseen heights. And then they notice they have a problem. And they go in and they try to solve it to some degree. And then they keep growing further. And then there's another problem. And I think to some degree, that dynamic is probably inevitable. But I think what a lot of people want, what a lot of parents want, is some sense that people have a plan for what is going to happen when the 25 million people show up, right? And I think they're looking to people like you to see around these corners and to not wait till 20 years in existence to say, maybe we should sort these people into age bands before they start communicating with each other.
Yeah, I would push back on that a bit, and I can hear what you're saying. But I would actually say for people inside of our company, the way we think about it and the way we do look ahead of it, we're constantly looking ahead. And we're not, it goes back to the very first thing we did probably.
I really wish they would have asked this guy. I have to cut him off. He's just droning on and on. I really wish they would have asked this guy, okay, so if you guys keep saying that you are taking all these measures to keep kids safe on your platform, why was it then when someone like Schlepp sent you information about those accounts that were interacting with kids inappropriately, why didn't you guys do anything about it? That's what I would ask him. I would love to hear his answer to that question.
Into the company. So a month into the company, fun little story. there's about 200 people on Roblox. And what should we do? Should we keep growing it, or should we go build a safety system? And so 200 people in, let's stop everything.
What if they showed David all of Schlepp's predator catching videos? I think it would have been a good idea to show him specific parts of Schlepp's videos, just to hear his answer about it, you know?
Safety system, and let's let the four of us go and become moderators. So behind the scenes, I do agree with you. Enormous
David would probably respond with, we have these innovations that... Oh, man.
Enormously important to preempt this. It's why a lot of the architectural and decisions we've been making have been made, but we're going to keep doing them, right? And you could imagine Roblox at 20x the scale, having 50% of the gaming market space all in a single place. Like, we'll keep innovating on top of that.
Last year, activist fund and short seller Hindenburg Research came out with a report arguing, among other things, that Roblox was, quote, compromising child safety in order to report growth to investors. One of the things they pointed to was that there had been a decline in your spending on trust and safety. You have denied that. Why? What did they have wrong?
So fun. Let's keep going down this. And so first off, Hindenburg's no longer in existence, correct? So you should report on that. They went out of business for some reason.
The other thing is with their point about Roblox. What? Huh? I don't get it.
Have you researched that information? Because you're asking me about this. I'm curious if you've done your own research.
I have.
Well, that's the whole point of an interview, right? You should tell them about the information so you can enlighten them. Isn't that the whole point of an interview? So you can give your take as a Roblox CEO with access to all the statistics? Am I crazy?
Because
you're asking me about this. I'm curious if you've done your own research.
I have done some research about.
And what's your take on that?
I'm asking you.
So it's really interesting because I think we're diving into a situation where we're getting better. But would you ask the same situation of someone who converted from maybe hyper manual labor, making cars by hand, to an assembly line? The assembly line might be infinitely better and at the same time not have so many people. So I think what they're referring to is moving more and more and more to AI. Arguably, is it better to have AI systems reviewing every image, every piece of text, all of that, or to keep doing that manually? So I think that was a misnomer. And I think if you interview anyone in our safety team or safety systems, that would be just part of making our systems better.
So just so I have the clear response, the argument is that the shift has been from a more manual safety team and system to a more automated review process that may do a better job, even if it costs less to operate. Because
I would actually lean in harder. The shift would be constantly moving to higher quality, more accurate, and more diligent systems. Can we review more? Can we do more better? And say you and I, we're a system, what is the best way to review every single image going into Roblox at higher and higher quality? And say we figured out the best way to do that is to do it with better and better AI models. Would you pick that?
Yeah.
Good. So you're aligning with what we did. High five.
But what does that have to do with the statistics that were just presented in that article? He didn't really directly counter that. I don't know. His response was, oh, they're out of business. So because an article creator is now out of business, then that means that their point is wrong? I don't get it.
I've also been covering social networks.
Thank you for supporting. Thank you for
like he was about to make a follow-up statement, and then he cut him off again. And this might just be like I don't know. This could be his skin pigmentation. Maybe I'm looking into this too much. Notice how red that David gets here. Like
good. So you're aligning with what we did. High five.
But I've also been covering social networks.
Thank you for supporting. Thank you for supporting our Roblox decision matrix.
I don't know. I mean, I could just be overanalyzing that, but my man got really red in the face.
I also remember 15 years ago.
I'm so glad you guys are aligned with the way we won Roblox.
Right. I also remember 15 years ago when Mark Zuckerberg was saying...
Is this a stealth interview where actually you love everything we're doing and you're here to stealthily support it?
We were told
this is like if you were to interview Hitler and then you start talking about all the bad stuff he did, and then he's like, well, have you ever agreed with the fact that like you should drink water? Yeah, I probably have. Oh, okay, so you're in support of everything that we've done. Okay, cool. So is this just a stealth interview where you're saying you agree? I don't know. This is like a weird like deflection that he's doing where he's just like, you agree with possibly one thing that we've done across the last 15 years, so that means that you support everything. Kind of weird, like weird way to spin this.
Stealth interview where
and actually... then yeah, exactly. Like he's like basically making like it's like this gotcha moment of like, oh, you guys agree with me, and then as they're about to explain why they probably don't necessarily agree, he just keeps cutting them off. And what the fuck is a stealth interview, by the way? Didn't you sit down and agree to do this?
Go when Mark Zuckerberg was saying...
Is this a stealth interview where actually you love everything we're doing and you're here to stealthily support it?
We were told you wanted to come in and talk about your new age gating technology, so we thought we'd get into it.
Let me just finish this up.
Oh yeah, by the way, yeah. See, and this guy didn't even finish his point, which ironically I just cut him off again. But just to clarify something, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure Roblox set this interview up, like with these two. Am I correct or am I incorrect? I heard that Roblox actually set this interview up. Like David wanted to do this specific interview. I don't know. That's what I heard.
We were told you wanted to come in and talk about your new age gating technology, so we thought we'd get into it.
Let me just finish this up. Okay, cool. I totally buy what you're saying about using the best technology on the market to keep people safe.
And I want to highlight
again. He cut him off again. You don't know what he's going to say. Let him finish. This guy's been cut off like 4 times in a row.
About using the best technology on the market to keep people safe.
And I want to highlight, I came here because I love your podcast and came to talk about everything. So if our PR people said, let's talk about age gating for an hour, I'm up for it. But I love your I thought I came here to talk about everything.
Got it.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about steal a brain rot too. That's part of my plan here too. But just to finish the thought,
I think I'm old. You guys can enlighten me. I don't even know what that means. Steal a brain rot. What is that? I know what brain rot is, but I don't know what steal a brain rot is.
Casey and I both covered social networks.
If you love them, then let them talk. Exactly. You just said you love their podcast, and then you've been cutting them off every 5 seconds.
Back in the 2010s, when it was very popular for people like Mark Zuckerberg to say, oh, we're going to use AI to solve all of our content moderation. It's going to take down everything that's scammy or false. And we won't need these people anymore. And investors loved that. And then they tried to do that, and they found that actually, the systems weren't that reliable yet, and maybe they were taking down too much content, or maybe they were missing stuff that was bad.
I mean, look at all these social networking companies. Like, go to 2016, for example, which is a reliance on automation and whatever. We've seen a lot of things where not being on top of what's going on in your company and these algorithms leads to a lot of weird dystopianness as well. So I think we saw in 2016, those algorithms got a little kind of into an optimization loop on, weird things as well. So I think, anyways, I love your questions. I'm glad you guys are supporting how we're running Roblox on our AI.
I don't like the way he's like spinning this. Like he's basically trying to create a frame of what their opinion is without letting them talk. It would be like if you guys disagreed with everything I said, but I made you agree with one thing that I did, and now I'm like, all right, thank you guys for agreeing with everything that we do. I don't know.
I love your questions. I'm glad you guys are supporting how we're running Roblox on our AI technology.
You're confident that the technology has gotten good enough that you can use it to do moderation at a platform of Roblox's scale.
The scale we're at is absolutely mind-boggling right now, like absolutely mind-boggling. And every system, image review, text review, all of that,
David contradicts himself every second. Yeah, he really does.
Better. So,
I mean, look, I can tell you're getting a little bit frustrated here.
I'm actually not frustrated. I'm so excited to talk. I thought we were going to be talking about funny things in the industry and all of that. So I'm not frustrated. I'm just kind of figuring out how much fun time I have with you guys and how much fun time we have versus kind of this super focus.
Got it.
I'm not frustrated. I just don't like these questions in this interview, and when is this going to get fun? But I'm not frustrated, though, guys. I'm not.
But I'm happy to talk about whatever you guys want.
Okay. What? I was hoping we would talk about more fun things about everything, but I'm happy to talk about whatever you guys want. Yeah, you look fucking ecstatic right now, dude. Just smiling ear to ear, dude.
Kind of this super focus.
Got it.
But I'm happy to talk about whatever you guys want.
Well, let me just try one last thing here, because this is what I really want to understand. It is very difficult to do content moderation at scale. We have learned that from every single company. And I think that platforms provide various benefits to society. I'm on a lot of them every day.
By the way, guys, he's not frustrated.
Okay. So I feel like we're kind of on the same page there. And I think being a CEO of one of these companies can sort of feel like being the head of the Department of Homeland Security, where it's like the best thing that happens during your tenure is that nothing happens, right? Nothing explodes.
I want to push back on that.
Yeah.
Push back on what? You didn't hear his opinion? You didn't let him finish. What do you push back on what?
And the reason I want to push back on that is that implies kind of a looking over your shoulder, defensive, oh shit posture. That's actually not the optimal posture to build an amazing company.
Yeah.
The optimal posture to build an amazing company is, oh my gosh, we are uniquely responsible for a lot of people 12 and under. There's so much constant learning, constant innovation, that if we can do this right, like the future is really continues to be big and bright. And I feel we're uniquely in an opportunity to do excellent work in this 6 through 12 zone, where many, many other platforms, bounce off of it because they just can't do it. And they're just not doing it right. So that is not how we run the company. We view it as a high responsibility situation.
This is like when like your teacher says you need to do like a 2,000 word essay. So instead of saying like I went there, you say like I took a glorious journey there or something. Like be more concise, man. Like
incredible opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Saying a whole lot of nothing.
So then my question is, how do you measure success? Like, how do you, as the CEO, as you look at everything you're doing, feel like we're applying the right number of resources and they have the right error rates, and we're at a place where I'm comfortable telling parents, bring your kids to Roblox?
We see all of those metrics internally all the time. They're not publicly shared. We're watching filter rates. We're watching.
I'll answer the question for him. In fact, Mr. Krabs can answer the question for him. Money.
This rate, we're watching all of that rate. Those metrics constantly get better as we add more and more AI on top of it. As you said, we're constantly running at a higher scale as well. My kids are on Roblox. We have thousands of people in the company. Their kids are all on Roblox. But I would say, and I've said it on other things, if a parent is the ultimate arbiter of responsibility, and if a parent out there...
Can somebody get this guy a glass of water, by the way? If you're turning into Darth Vader in the middle of the interview, I think you gotta clear your throat a little bit, buddy.
For any reason, is not comfortable their kid going to the park, not comfortable their kid playing with a certain toy, not comfortable being on Roblox, who am I to say, right? And so I do leave that to the parents' responsibility.
I do think, by the way, like I'm sure, like no offense to these guys, I'm sure this is a great podcast or whatever, but like I think the setup for this interview is really weird. It's like a job interview. They're sitting around a round table and they're just staring holes in this guy. I don't know. It's like kind of like a weird setup for a podcast. Is that just me? I don't know.
I just operate as an example. Like, what would I do with my own kids?
When we come back, more of our interview with Roblox CEO Dave Baszucki.
Yeah, this is going really well.
Do you think that screen time for children is getting a bad rap? I mean, this is a constant thread of conversation among the parents I know.
This interview was recorded 2 million feet underground.
Wearing, am I giving my kid too much screen
this
time?
Are like it's being conducted in like some sort of nuclear freaking, what do you call them? What do you call those things? Oh my God. The little nuclear bunker. Yeah, there you go.
enough offline activities with their friends? Are they getting sucked into these like addictive online experiences or these AI companions? What is your view on screen time for children?
Yeah, if you guys could like the stream and make sure you're subbed, I'd appreciate that. YouTube doesn't really push out my videos that much anymore, so I'd appreciate that.
My son was really young. We had pretty radical screen time limits. And you can imagine as your parent, you have your second, third, and fourth kid, you loosen up on that. I'm actually kind of supportive of it in a way. And I think, I do think there's a bunch of contributing factors. Like what is the ratio of blue light to non-blue light? How much of the screen time is solo consumption versus group consumption? What time of the day is the screen time?
David's face move in a robotic way? No, a lot of people have said that before. Yeah, a lot of people say that he has a lot of like kind of like robotic mannerisms. People think that like his voice kind of sounds like AI too, which is kind of funny.
So I would say 2 a.m., heavy blue light, solo consumption, short form video, that's arguably a different type of screen time than, noon with your friends for a while playing hide and go seek. But I do think this is something worth thinking about.
Well, anything that we did not get to today that you want to make sure that we talk about, any project that you're working on that is exciting for you at the moment?
Oh, wow. I thought we were going to talk about Polymarket and like dropping like things into Roblox, like earnings calls.
Wait, where this is where
this is where the part of the interview, like I actually saw a clip of this part where like, I think one of these guys jokes about having like gambling in Roblox. And then he's basically like, yeah, that actually sounds like a pretty good idea.
Like things into Roblox, like earnings calls.
Wait, where are you on Polymarket?
So I assume you are both big fans.
We've talked a lot about prediction markets on the show.
Yep.
So I had to really, I don't know if you had the experience, independent.
And just so we're clear, guys, a prediction market, what do we all think that is? That's gambling.
A political party or anything, just a real-time science experiment. On election night, I had 4 screens, like journalists of all journalists, and like, how do I quickly go from journalist to journalist? And then with my family, we were watching Polymarket as well, and we were comparing Polymarket to the comments of all the journalists. And I do think Polymarket was coming through like 30 to 45 minutes ahead of them. And like, it was a interesting thought experiment to see like, okay, we're at 86% here, whether you like or dislike the way it was going, and then see various journalists like say different things.
Yeah. So you think this is becoming a really interesting signal to understanding what's happening in the world right now?
I think mathematically, there's the notion that prediction markets, if they're liquid and transparent, capture in a way all of the world's information and every signal, and if there is one election counter way out in the corner in some weird county that knows it's going to go this way, if they could go bet $10,000, like that's going to nudge the thing and make the information more perfect. So I'm a huge fan of that.
Would you ever put a prediction market inside Roblox, like let kids bet with their Robux and say...
So just, I mean, it's just painfully obvious, but just to explain, right? Just look at his facial expression. He's obviously joking with what he's saying, right? But listen to David's reaction to this.
Roblox, like let kids bet with their Robux and say... I bet he's going to steal a tung 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 sahur.
Or I bet he's not going to dress to impress.
Yeah.
I think we would have to do that once again. I'll share some of the complexity.
Yeah.
Every single country in the world has different legislation around loot boxes and kid gambling. Mm-hmm. And so we would have to be, it sounds very fun and obvious. Like I love that.
Oh, to be clear, I think this is a horrible idea. I was just interested.
Okay. So just, God, like they jokingly said, what if we do essentially gambling where you predict if someone's going to do whatever in Roblox? I don't even know what they said, tung tung something. I didn't understand what that is. And he literally said, yeah, it's kind of complex, but that sounds like a fun idea. Huh?
legislation around loot boxes and kid gambling.
I don't get it.
And so we would have to be, it sounds very fun and obvious. Like I love that.
Oh, to be clear, I think this is a horrible idea. I was just interested if you were thinking about it.
Well, I actually think it's a brilliant idea if it can be.
Fucking hell, man. This guy needs to go sit down with like a PR team and they need to like, I don't know. This is probably him after PR training too, and he still says ridiculous shit like this. It's crazy.
Be done in an educational way that's legal. And so
educational way. Educating kids on what? On how to start gambling? What?
Imagine a no free Robux.
And
no
this is,
free
remember, this is the same guy who banned Schlepp for trying to protect kids on Roblox, who said he wants dating on Roblox. And now they're doing AI age verification where they're going to have millions of photos of children. I mean, I don't know, man. It's not looking too good for this guy.
Is just a game called the Dress to Impress Predictor, where it's not like trying to get kids money or anything like that. I would be a big fan of it.
Interesting.
Yeah, start them young. Well, that's what I always say when it comes to gambling.
When I was in,
you're never too young.
When I was in elementary school, we did do it.
Okay, this guy's kind of funny.
That's what I always say when it comes to gambling.
When I was in,
you're never too young.
When I was in elementary school, we did do a straw poll on.
The funny thing is, David probably doesn't realize he's being sarcastic. He's probably like, "Yeah, that's a good idea. We should educate them on gambling."
Presidential election.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So some of these old ideas come back eventually.
And we bet on Pogs.
But that, but the straw poll was not a prediction market,
right?
And if you gave every kid 10 cents of lunch money, and who had, like, some of them got to buy an extra snack and some lost it, you could get a completely different result than the straw poll you would get in any 5th grade classroom.
Interesting to think about.
Okay, we're out of time, but Dave, can I just make one selfish request of you?
Yes.
So my kid right now is about 3.5 years old. Presumably, sometime, maybe 4, 5, 6 years from now, he's going to ask me, can I play Roblox?
Oh, it's going to be about a year from now.
Probably a year from now. Will you fix the problems with safety on your platform by the time that my kid is old enough to ask me that question?
I'm going to go more out of the box in that Roblox is an amazing platform right now for your kid. And I'm happy to go deep with you, possibly non-disclose you, show you metrics, all of that, to do whatever it takes to get you over the hump.
Okay.
All right.
Non-disclosure.
There it is.
So he's basically saying, first of all, it was yes or no question. But second of all, so basically he's saying, I can show you some stuff, but like I would have to make you guys sign an NDA. Am I understanding that correctly?
Thanks,
All right. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, yeah, that was interesting. Let's go read some comments on what people thought about that. Let me know if the music's too loud or too quiet, guys. I'm very interested to read some comments, see what people think. I think I already know what the comments are going to be like, but let's just see. Came here right after I finished Penguin's video. Interviewers make a hypothetical joke about gambling and he instantly doubles down into thinking that it's a great idea. This man does not see people, he sees dollar signs. Very true. Schlepp himself, which, by the way, I want to watch his video next. He made a video that I haven't seen yet. It's, hold on 1 second. It's this video right over here. I started watching it, but I haven't watched the whole thing yet, so I wanted to watch this one next. But let's finish reading some comments. What's up, Confident Noob? This is exactly the kind of guy that shouldn't be running a game like Roblox. Sick of these nauseating tech dudes. You hate corporate talk so much. It's so dystopian. Yeah, that's so true. I mean, like, it's so like the music is tad loud. Okay, it's so like weird. Like a lot of the answers to the questions and stuff like that. Like when you're doing an interview, like the entire idea of an interview is you want your ideas to be perceived and communicated properly, right? So when someone asks you a basic question and then you spend 3 minutes answering the question, it's like, fuck, man. Like, can we be more concise? You know. But anyways, I was hoping here to come here and talk to you about fun stuff. It's a little tough to chit chat about all the fun people are having in the Roblox as a child predator elephant in the room. Exactly. I mean, I don't think that they invited you over to. I mean, there's no way you really thought that they weren't going to ask you about child safety. What the hell? Like, kept giving him escape ropes. He kept trying to hang himself with them. Oh man, 23, 29 is when he starts getting angry. For anyone who's looking for it. Yeah.
Last year, activist fund and short seller Hindenburg research.
Oh yeah, this is when he starts saying, "Oh yeah, well, you know, they they're out of business. Like that was his counter to their article. They're out of business. It's like, okay, well, that didn't really counter any of the points that they made in the article, though, right? But anyways, let's watch Schlepp's video. How many type of 1 if you've already seen this video, type of 2 if you haven't seen it yet. Let's see. Let's get a head count here. Alrighty. Okay, so a decent amount of you guys haven't seen it yet. So let's watch together and see what you guys think. Oh, I hate that sound. Ooh, it's very dramatic.
It all started with this one email, one message. The same platform I was victimized on, the one I was fighting to make a safer place, they had just sent me a cease and desist letter, threatening to destroy my life. And you might be wondering, what crime did I commit? 6 predators on their platform are no longer harming their users.
So this is like the thing that I was saying in the interview, like he was catching predators that you guys were refusing to ban off your platform. What do you mean you guys are doing a good job with child safety, you know? That's what I would have brought up if I was one of the interviewers, you know?
Arrested in real life. I did the job that they should have been doing, and they repaid me by terminating every account I own and saying they would sue me if I ever touched their site again. Before this, Roblox's safety failures were impossible to ignore. Predators roamed freely, reports went unanswered, and even employees were admitting that this was happening by literal design. That cease and desist didn't silence me though. All it did was confirm my darkest suspicions about the company, and well, it did for the rest of the world too. Because in the following week, Roblox's stock tanked by $12 billion. The Attorney General of Louisiana filed a massive lawsuit accusing
Think about how crazy that is from banning one person. That's wild.
Of putting profits over safety. Roblox aggressively pushed back, releasing statements after statements trying to discredit me. Roblox forced me out of the woodwork to defend myself, and I dropped a video refuting these claims. It exploded overnight, and it became one of the fastest growing videos in the history of Roblox. If Roblox sent me a cease and desist over a few videos getting over 1 million views, what were they about to do next? There was no next, no response, no statement. Just silence. And that silence didn't.
I wonder if he had someone animate this for him. This looks dope.
Calculated even. It felt like they were quietly preparing for something big, and at the time, I just didn't know what. Before I show you the next letter they send me, we need to see the full picture so we can really get an understanding of how crazy this is. All of this started because Roblox sent me a cease and desist for catching predators on their platform and reporting them to law enforcement.
That they would then video, they would report to the police, and then only after would they let Roblox know.
The real reason why they sent me a cease and desist letter is because what I'm doing contradicts the image that they're trying to build. An image that is the safest place for anyone on the entire internet. That's not me paraphrasing either.
Ultimately, Roblox is the safest place for anyone on the internet.
We can say that safety issues are not widespread or systemic on Roblox. Our guiding vision is to create the safest, most civil community in the world.
A lot of the negative press has come from things that have happened 5 years ago.
No. A lot of the negative press came from Schlepp's videos that were not 5 years ago. A lot of them were coming from some of the Predator videos that he made. Some of them were only like, a lot of them were this year. What the hell?
Roblox allows players as young as 5 onto the platform and features brands like Sesame Street, Blippi, and My Little Pony, designed to reach audiences even younger than that. Yet right now, Roblox is hosting a game called Rose Social. This is a clone of an 18+ platform called Omegle, and it got sued out of existence for widespread exploitation. It now has a home on Roblox. You click a button and you instantly connect into a chat room with a random stranger. You have zero idea who the other person is beyond the screen. To give you an idea of how bad this game is, I had someone run a test of 100 conversations, and 36 of them broke the terms of service of Roblox. It's ironic that Roblox accused me of sharing personally identifiable information, while at the same time profiting off of an exploitive game built around that. Quick update. I showed this game to a known Roblox developer with contacts. After seeing what this game allowed, he filed an official Roblox support ticket, and absolutely nothing happened. Because of this, he decided to go public, sharing how insane it was for a game like this to even exist in the first place. And only then did Roblox finally take the game down. By then, this game had already amassed over 2 million visits. Who knows how many people got exploited because of this game. It's also worth noting that Roblox allowed another Omegle-style clone to reach a 250 million visits before it was finally taken down in June.
See, like, that's the type of stuff like that, like, is pretty annoying, because Roblox can't claim that they didn't know about this. 246 million visits, 2.7 million favorites. Come on now.
But it wasn't taken down by Roblox. The developer of this game took it down themselves because there was so much exploitation going on in it. If the developers are the ones shutting down their own games because of that, that shows there is a severe...
That's so cringy to see, like, an online, I don't know. They're looking at their little online avatar and they're saying, like, oh, super beautiful.
Because of that, that shows there is a severe and critical safety failure going on at this company. Roblox, as of this moment, allows and hosts a Tinder-style game called Friend Me. It was removed 2 years ago, and yet Roblox allowed it to come back under a new name. It works exactly like Tinder. Swipe left to skip, swipe right to like, and if... It works exactly like Tinder.
Look at the guy on the left. I love dominant women, and it's a cat.
Swipe right.
What the fuck is going on Roblox, man?
To like, and if you match with them, you get put in a private chat where, to nobody's surprise, the exact same activity takes place. This is only a small amount of the widespread exploitation issues taking place on Roblox. No matter what age, what type of player you are on Roblox, at the minimum, you will be exposed to inappropriate themes at the very least. And that is because how bad Roblox's moderation system truly is. Roblox is actively funneling their users onto a platform called Discord, one of the most unsafe, unregulated spaces on the entire internet. All you have to do is click a button, zero warning about what is taking place on this platform, you are entered into one of these servers. Roblox and Discord's relationship can only be seen as business partners. They're not only directly integrated into each other's platforms, Roblox has actually gone as far as to buy software on Discord. Roblox and Discord are named as defendants in multiple lawsuits because people have been hurt because of this. Roblox loves to tout around about adding 100 new safety features this year. Well, I had someone put these safety features to the test. New account, youngest age possible, every single restriction turned on, and chat disabled. You think you'd be safe, right? Not even close. What you're looking at is pixels, because beyond that point, it is too graphic to even show or describe here. And Roblox's own algorithm recommends games like this to their own users. Their parental game blacklist caps at 100. Mind you, there are millions of games on this platform. There's no avatar controls, meaning whatever another person creates, you can see. Roblox doesn't have a comprehensive reporting outcome dashboard. Roblox doesn't have a whitelist feature, allowing parents to only select a certain amount of games that their kids can play. YouTube Kids literally has this, and their own employees at the company,
which also sucks, by the way. YouTube Kids is also pretty shitty, but that's a different story.
Its safety features have been denied because it hurt engagement. Then there's the awful Roblox reporting system. We've sent Roblox reports of predators through their system after felony arrest, and in multiple cases, they refused to act until I made videos.
See, this is, thank you. I'm glad you said that. This is exactly what I was saying earlier. This is what the interviewers should have asked him. If they had just played that like 10, 15, 20-second clip for David Baszucki right there, I would have loved to hear him try to weasel his way out of answering that question. You guys say you guys take reports seriously, but when reports actually go through, you don't take any action.
We've sent Roblox reports of predators through their system. After felony arrests, and in multiple cases, they refuse to act until I made videos. Ask anyone in the community. People have lost faith in the moderation system entirely. Their own numbers show one of the lowest moderator to user ratios than any other major social media platform. And just remember, those other platforms aren't marketed to the youngest demographics online. They claim a lot of the negative press has come from things that happened 5 years ago. The major situations creating the biggest buzz have happened within the last 1 to 2 years. And the person who said that, she works for Roblox, while sitting on multiple councils shaping online safety policy. Lawsuits against Roblox have pointed out this insane conflict of interest, influencing safety legislation while working for the company under scrutiny. But this is the core of Roblox, a billion-dollar company that calls itself the safest place on the internet for anyone, while knowingly hosting, profiting, and ignoring one of the most dangerous ecosystems on the internet. To get a full grasp of everything, we need to start by assembling a timeline. This was the last video I did regarding a Roblox predator I caught. In this video, I talked about how Roblox was a suppressive company towards people calling out their moderation. Ironic because 15 days later, Roblox sends me a cease and desist letter. They banned every—
I don't know if you guys hear, but like my neighbor's like smashing some shit outside. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't know if you guys can hear that.
account I own, including ones that go back to when I was a little kid, and Roblox threatened to sue me for computer fraud if I ever touched their site again. The next day, I released the news, and for 3 days straight after it, it was trending on Twitter. Calls for boycotts, TikToks, videos. For a short while, it became the topic of the internet. But behind the scenes, I was talking to law firms, and I officially retained SGGH and Milberg. This law firm in particular is representing 1,000 clients between Roblox and Discord abuse. On the 14th, with my law firm, we put out a statement. We pointed out the pure irony of this cease and desist and that SGGH was representing my claims against the company. In this statement, it was also revealed that Chris Hansen was creating a documentary on Roblox and that he got in touch with me to show his support. And on the same exact day, Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrell filed her giant lawsuit against Roblox. In this, she pointed out games that I mentioned in my Predator catches, that if Roblox heard me out, this lawsuit might not have even existed. The next day, my law firm sent a letter to Roblox. We broke down how unjustified and unfair this ban was, and how Roblox was never giving this sort of treatment to any predators on their platform. We also said that any form of communication must be routed through my legal counsel, and how if Roblox did try to pursue anything, that my law firm would fight tooth and nail under California's anti-SLAPP laws. Roblox's law firm responded that they received the letter, and that was it. That was the last communication we had with them up until this point. It's also worth noting during this time frame, Roblox was putting out statements after statements, going as far as to compare me to actual predators. They labeled my work as vigilantism, claiming I was taking the law into my own hands. But the truth is, law enforcement themselves have publicly gone on record in public statements that they're grateful for people like me who step forward and give them evidence, which ends up resulting in an arrest.
Yeah, he basically did Roblox's job. What Roblox should have been doing is when he actually got those reports from SLAPP, they should have, after verifying that they're real, they should have went to the police themselves, but SLAPP had to do it on his own accord.
As of right now, videos on my channel have resulted in people being put on the registry, and the only ones taking law into their own hands were the police. They were the ones placing the handcuffs time and time again. But anyways, back to the timeline. This is when my video dropped defending myself against Roblox's baseless allegations. The anger online reached its maximum capacity. It had just passed the threshold for the company.
Yeah,
Their
that's true,
stock dropping, lawsuits, news outlets, an entire online movement. What were they about to do next?
Hi, Michael. I understand our decision to moderate and ban your accounts came as a surprise and something you wholeheartedly disagree with. That said, our intent has been to keep the platform safe, and I believe that is something we have in common. Would you be up for a conversation to see if there's some way we can keep you active in the Roblox community?
Yeah, so they're inviting
Since the
him
very
back.
beginning, I have been begging Roblox for a direct line of communication. Just one person inside of the company who would listen to me. Time after time, they ignored me. I told them how I was victimized on their platform, how I was trying to help make it safer, and how I had evidence and information that they crucially needed. Never once did they hear me out. Then, after them threatening to sue me for computer fraud, an entire online movement, and them losing $12 billion in market value, they finally decide to hear me out. They had the nerve to say we share the same interests. Really? Because in your response to me, the CEO was defending the game Meep City. And in this, they said it wasn't the developer's fault, even though he was enabling these features and has publicly made statements like this. This game has 16 billion visits, and it's been one of the biggest safety problems on the platform for almost a decade now. To prove how unsafe this was, one of the biggest Roblox content creators joined this game, and within 4 seconds, they were exposed to inappropriate stuff. This was the game Roblox was defending. We're supposed to believe you guys care about safety? Trust me, I want to believe you. You have no idea how much I want that to be true. But how can we believe that after everything that has just happened? Then came the part about keeping me active within the Roblox community. This was their supposed olive branch, my supposed ticket back onto the platform I'd been playing since I was a little kid. But the thing is, this was never about me getting unbanned. It was about the victims, the players, the community that has been neglected forever. Roblox thought
the fact that just to
look
at what's on screen, man, the fact that these are actual games that anybody can just play and access while being possibly like 5 years old that's wild, man.
That has been neglected forever. Roblox thought that this was about a few accounts. They thought if they just pressed the unban button, all of this would go away. I would trade every single account I own for Roblox to make the basic moves in safety that they did after Liz Merle filed her lawsuit. They should have made these changes a decade ago. And who knows how many people this has prevented from getting exploited. What they don't understand that you and I both get is that Free Schlep was never about me. It was about exposing the systemic safety failures that I proved existed before and that I still proved existed today. It was about how Roblox will show immense force against someone trying to simply help, but never share that same energy with predators that are operating freely on their platform. And it's also worth considering the person who wrote this email wasn't just Roblox, it was Matt Kaufman. Matt Kaufman was just comparing me to actual predators. But in this, he insinuates bringing me back onto the platform. That's how disingenuous all of this reads. But none of this at all compares to the biggest red flag in all of this. Going back to the timeline, when we responded to Roblox's cease and desist, we explicitly wrote them that all communication must go through my legal counsel. This email was sent directly to me through the 2 emails that—
Is this an Undertale song? I think it is.
That they sent the cease and desist through. Matt Kaufman went behind my lawyer's back to directly contact me. This wasn't just insanely inappropriate, but it was also really suspicious. This, at the end of the day, was just a PR war for Roblox. I had to consider, was this a possible trap? Were they trying to bait me? Something just reeked so fishy about this, and I wasn't gonna go into this blind. As of this very moment, I'm still open to talk to Roblox about how they could fix safety problems, but one key thing needs to happen. It needs to be in good faith. And I needed to make sure this email was actually in good faith. So before I did anything, I waited for one thing in particular. I wanted to see the next statement Roblox would make about me. Because if they believed my intentions were good, then logically, if they were acting in good faith, they would stop lying about me in the media. To nobody's surprise at all, they kept going. Their smear campaign continued despite Matt Kaufman's email to me.
This is like such a weird situation when like an entire company is willing to throw their whole reputation away just to try to silence one person. It's crazy.
That's when it clicked. This email didn't come from a place of sincerity. It came from fear. In just a week, Roblox was set to host their biggest
What even is this
event.
XP thing? It's like a thing that YouTube did to make live streams more interactive, where I believe it's like the more you chat or you donate, you get higher up on the leaderboard or something. It's something like that. I don't know.
Of an Apple keynote. This moment defines their public image for the next year. At the same time, David was on stage at this event. I was going to be on stage with no other than Chris Hansen, also a detective who's actually worked on Roblox predator cases, and my lawyer. Roblox releases their statements claiming they have experts. It's only what they're claiming. For me, the people who had my back were real.
Do you know what Roblox is? Because if you don't, your children do. And if you've been following this on social media, you will know this next young man I'm going to introduce, Michael Schlep. Michael is a key part of our investigation as his attorney. Steve is a lawyer based in Chicago. His firm is representing more than 500 cases of people like Schlepp. And we're also very fortunate to be joined by a dedicated detective, Henrik Austin, from the Marion County, Florida Sheriff's Department, with whom I've been working on this very investigation. Welcome, Detective. Thank you. Schlepp, let's start with you. Tell me about your early experience on Roblox. Why did you enjoy interacting on the platform?
Well, Roblox, it was advertised, it was a children's game, you know, it was like little Legos, you know. I thought it was a cool game.
Yeah, I never played Roblox, but when Roblox used to look like this,
interacting on the platform.
I feel like this is when Roblox was like in its prime.
Roblox, it was
people were just playing stupid games and stuff, you know.
Children's game, you know, it was like little.
I've always been more of a Minecraft guy.
Little Legos, you know. I thought it was a cool.
Minecraft is better than Roblox. Fight me.
Cool game. It evolved into me like taking it seriously, learning programming a little bit, and you know, I thought it was cool, but it was pretty like crazy to see like how it evolved from something innocent to something really bad.
There was a series of incidents where a very well-known content creator targeted you.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
I met a very popular game developer. You know, I looked up to him because he created a game.
He was a bit of a hero to you.
Yeah, he created a game that I really liked. You know, I was like, oh my gosh, he's talking to me, he's interacting with me. I'm just a little kid. I didn't think anything of it. And what was created was this power dynamic. It evolved into him taking advantage of me, and it went on for years. And my mom contacted Roblox about the stuff that happened to me, and they totally brushed her off. That's just ridiculous.
No action whatsoever.
No action until years later, until another female developer came forward about her experiences, and only then he finally got removed.
And Schlepp, I want
So basically, when a kid and their mom went ahead and reported this game developer, nothing happened. But then when a fellow game developer reports him, then he gets in trouble.
Came forward about her experiences, and only then he finally got
So
removed.
what's the point of the reporting system in Roblox that they keep raving about? You know what I mean?
Talk in a moment about your recent activism, but first I want to hear from your attorney. Steve, this is one of more than 500 cases your firm is handling against Roblox.
Yes, that's correct, and we now represent over 800, Chris, survivors attributable to Roblox and to Discord. Just a shocking number of cases.
This is a really good video, by the way.
But
Really
we're
well done.
one firm, and what we're finding is that there are thousands of survivors like Schlepp.
Detective Austin and I have known each other for several months. We had sat down and interviewed Detective Austin about his cases in Marion County involving Roblox. And listen to this for a second. Not only did they bust a 17-year-old, but there's another case in Marion County, in this one county in Central Florida. So if those two cases come to our attention just in Marion County, Florida, what is happening in the rest of Florida? What is happening in the rest of the United States? What is happening in the rest of the world?
For those of you that don't know about NCMEC, National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, provided us with some information about someone that was believed to live within my jurisdiction, that they were engaging in quite a bit of exploitive behavior, extremely explicit conversations, executed a search warrant on the residence of the person I believed to be the predator, and met Christian Scribbin. You know, we had quite a conversation, and it was unbelievable to see his perspective and the scope of just what one person, one 7-year-old person can do in a short amount of time.
Dealing with Roblox.
What a fucking freak.
Done, in your opinion, as a detective?
I can speculate on exactly what's being done and what's not being done. I can say that when I had this particular case, I don't know if it was because of the media coverage it received or if it was for some other reason, but I didn't.
Yeah, like, so, I mean, I forgot who that person was that worked at Roblox. I forgot what their name was, but they were saying, like, most of the things that bad things that, oh my God, I can't speak. Most of the bad things that people are saying about Roblox was more than 5 years ago. This case happened this year. And this was a pretty big case. I remember hearing about this.
with Roblox. Over a Zoom call, I met with quite a bit of their outreach people, and we spoke about certain things that could change, things to take away from this particular case. I think...
Yeah, that's so true, Raven. And people still don't take age verification seriously. I've made so many videos about it, and people don't seem to give a shit about how problematic it is until it's too late.
Till we can say that this is not happening anymore, enough is not being done.
What made you decide to show this predatory activity that was going on Roblox? What made you become an advocate for this?
So I started out as just a normal Roblox content creator. I made games on like a really basic kids game. You would see it, you would not think there's any way predators could infiltrate this game or anything like that. And what I saw was there were people trying to do horrible stuff, and it blew my mind. Like, because this is a community I really cared about, I was very involved in, and you know, I would get emails saying, hey, there's this predator, he's messaging me inappropriately, and this is his Roblox account, can you do something? And there was really nothing I could do, but I mean, as time went on, these messages only just increased in volume, and then I created my current main channel, Schlep, and on that channel, it just exploded. I was getting these emails more than daily.
You exposed at least 6 different predators on Roblox, all 6 of which all 6 of whom were prosecuted by law enforcement.
So again, he's doing Roblox's job. That's what they should have been doing. They should have been the ones who reported all those people to the police.
But you went to Roblox first.
So yeah, we would find Roblox predators and we would set up little decoy stings.
My boy Vegeta. Didn't expect him to make a cameo.
And you know, these predators would show up and we would sit down, we would have a conversation sort of similar to what you do. And, you know, they would...
By the way, I was 22 when I started in health reporter. That's how old Schlep is now. Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah, we would talk to them, and a lot of times when the cops would show up, they would just admit to everything. Even after being Mirandized, they would be like, yeah, I was here to do this. They would just bring charges on them every single time.
And how did Roblox respond to this?
In multiple instances, after we got these felony arrests, we would send them the same Google Drives that we were sending to law enforcement, and they would not take action until after our videos would release, which would get millions of views.
You get millions of views on these videos. It can't be a proud moment for Roblox. It's somewhat embarrassing. What does Roblox do then?
I made it very clear to Roblox, you know, I was willing to handle stuff privately with them, and I just wanted a line to the company. After one of my first arrests, that was literally what I put out. I was victimized on this platform as a kid, and that I wanted a line so I could properly communicate with them to report these
Like if the guy literally got 6 predators arrested off your platform, like he said, why would you guys not give him the opportunity to, even if it's privately, even if it's not on YouTube, catch those people and report them to Roblox? I mean, if Roblox wanted to keep people safe, that's what he would have. Well, that's what they would have done.
They never gave me anything until what happened very recently.
Which was?
A cease and desist letter.
A cease and desist letter. So get this, all right? Schlep, who's doing this work, receives a cease and desist letter from Roblox, essentially threatening legal action and insinuating that he was breaking the law and certainly breaking the terms of service. With Roblox.
They had an opportunity to make Schlep a partner, an ambassador of moderation, of safety, and instead what we're
By the way, my situations have never been as serious as Schlepp's, so I'm not going to make a false equivalence, but I asked YouTube to do the same thing for me. I mean, I found so many bad channels on YouTube that are breaking terms of service. I asked them to give me a line of communication too. And all they do is community guidelines strike me, man.
Roblox has its public-facing actions, which are very, flowery, positive statements about everything it's doing about safety.
Is this live? No,
Behind
this is pre-recorded.
They're trying to silence critics. They are removing content that Schlep and others have identified from their platform to
look at these fucking games, man. Oh my god, this makes me so uncomfortable. Look at this. What the fuck?
Tracks. And they are trying to move cases that have been filed, including cases that we filed, into confidential
the classic does is
arbitration,
pre-recorded. True,
where
true.
public
I feel like I say that at
scrutiny
least once a
of the
stream.
choices they made, of what they knew when they knew it, would be completely impossible.
Is this arbitration a normal part of dealing with a case like this, or is this a way to hush people?
It's a way to hush survivors' assault. It's something that the United States Congress in 2023 decided through legislation that they were not going to permit. But it's not even just a question of law, because we're confident we're going to beat down the arbitration provisions, but it's a question of values for Roblox. What are Roblox's values? And they have core values that they represent to the public. And I can tell you, if you go look them up, they're the complete opposite of pushing minors into a confidential arbitration.
Detective, I don't want to put you in a position to give away tradecraft, because this work you do is so critical and so important, and we've had the benefit of seeing you in action. But based upon your work, going after predators and people who exploit children, are you surprised at the level of predatory activity on this platform?
I'm not surprised based on how it is set up. I am shocked that it is there and that is continuing. I feel that there's specific things that, getting into tradecraft, I can't specifically talk about here, but very specific things that could be done that would be easy, that would quash a significant amount of it. I know that information has
like
been
Roblox actually taking reports seriously.
And other investigators.
So you and other detectives have shared your thoughts about
Also,
this
like, they should allow,
upon...
this is just common sense, right? But they should allow people to build a reputation as well. For example, if someone is reporting 3 different people and all 3 times Roblox determines that those reports were accurate, then Roblox should, be more receptive to accepting those people's reports. If let's say Schlepp reported 4 people who ended up getting convicted, you guys should just trust him. You know what I mean? Like, he has no reason to lie about it.
Real life investigative experience.
Obviously still do your own research, but you know what I mean?
Yes, and they facilitated those interactions, which, on the one hand, that's fantastic. I meet with them, we talk about a few things, they say, okay, we'll have to get with our people. I'm at another interaction several months later, and the same things are brought up by other people, and the reaction is the same. Oh, these are great ideas. The same people I spoke to several months ago. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. All I know is the exploitation of children is continuing.
It's continuing as we sit here on this stage, even though you and others have given suggestions, concrete steps to prevent it from happening. Detective, what do you say based upon everything you've learned, everything you know about the activity on this platform? What do you say to parents?
I'd say that there are individuals, a significant amount of individuals on that platform who have a obscure interest in the violation of innocence. And I would say, with that being the case, if it was my children, I would not put them on there. And so where it stands now,
I agree.
Roblox is
I guess, yeah, I agree. I don't have kids yet, but they're definitely not playing Roblox.
So you
that's
might
for
be
sure.
wondering how Roblox's event went while I was on stage speaking about them. Their event opened with a warning to anyone who planned on causing a disturbance.
We ask that everyone let presentations and discussions run without interruption. If an interruption does occur, that person will be asked to leave RDC.
Now, as we began taking the stage, their keynote began. While we were on stage talking about the real harm going on, the CEO of Roblox was on stage at his event talking about the idea of bringing dating onto the platform.
Let's up this
What is wrong with this David Baszucki guy, man? Let me just read this real quick. School integrate curriculum. What the fuck? 17 plus verified people. Yeah, he really loves that number, 17 plus.
18 plus.
Not 18 plus, but 17.
Bringing dating onto the platform.
Let's up this to 18 plus.
So this one's controversial, but here's what.
This is while multiple lawsuits are being filed against Roblox every single week. Instead of addressing those cases, they are on stage at the exact same time we are, entertaining the idea of turning this app primarily played by kids into a dating platform. Then Roblox went ahead and rushed out a brand new panel to deal with all the outrage, to show how transparent they're being towards safety. And during the entire session, the word predator wasn't even mentioned once. They talked about safety while single-handedly ignoring the biggest safety problem on their platform. What do you call this other than PR theater? None of this remotely compares though to what happened when a CNBC journalist confronted the CEO at RDC about me live on television.
Now let's talk about safety. This is you did have a new safety announcement this year. The age estimation, basically, someone takes a selfie, they could see it. At the same time, there's the Louisiana Attorney General's lawsuit against you. There's also the Schlepp controversy, this sort of vigilante, so to speak, and you kicked him off your platform. As you guys continue to think about safety and go after this, why is it so easy for someone like a Schlepp to go in and play Chris Hansen and sort of find these things that you guys aren't finding?
Yeah, I want to highlight.
To save you the next minute and 30 seconds, the CEO completely ignores the question. Instead, he goes on a tangent talking about how safe Roblox is. He talks about
he tends to do that a lot. Yeah, tends to go on wild tangents. We saw that earlier with this interview over here. My man just was droning on and just avoiding every question.
Features and parental controls, which I've shown in this video, are deeply flawed, and he doesn't acknowledge me once despite me being the question. The interviewer asked him once again, as direct as you possibly can be. If David ignores this, it will be most definitely viewed as him refusing to answer the question about my situation.
This is a very passionate issue among your user base and your community, and they find stuff too. And it was a big controversy when you kicked this guy off the platform.
Yeah, we want to highlight.
How should they be thinking about that?
Notice, didn't even finish the question. He's not even finished with the question yet. He already tried to interrupt him.
Kick this guy off the platform.
Yeah, we want to highlight.
How should they be thinking about that?
Yeah, we want to highlight really, we have no tolerance for people who don't follow our policies. And so, for example,
except you do, because the only time that you would ban the predators that Schlepp pointed out was after his videos came out. So you do have tolerance.
Allow people on our platform to impersonate other people or to do other things on our platform.
The CEO of Roblox is outright lying about me. I already addressed this point in my last video. Impersonation means I'm taking the identity of a real person. We have never once done that. Our decoys are fictional profiles built from nothing. The images used are from adults that work with us. Since there's no identity, there's nobody to impersonate. Roblox is once again painting me as a villain. But this moment here is different, because after demonizing me, he's about to try and play both sides.
We're really consistent, but I would highlight, we've reached out to Schlepp, we've reached out to the General. We love their, feedback and input to how to scale our system. It's why we focus so much on keeping everyone on Roblox where they can share images, or where all text is filtered.
What? Okay.
Roblox went from lying about me to praising my feedback in the same sentence. For more than a year, I had been begging this company for a line of communication. They ignored every attempt. Now they are using that inappropriate outreach to me as a PR talking point in interviews, as proof that they are engaging and doing their part. Here's what David does not say. He does not mention that they went behind my lawyers' backs. He does not mention that his team had spent weeks publicly in the media comparing me to predators and mislabeling me as a vigilante. He does not mention that even after the outreach, they continued attacking me, and that in this very same sentence where he pretends to play both sides, he is still lying about me. This is not a company trying to work with someone in good faith. This is a company trying to rewrite the record publicly while they continue the same behavior that they claim to have stopped. After this interview, my law firm made a letter to Roblox's legal team, which was also posted publicly. We mentioned all the following points on how inappropriate their behavior was. But we made it clear to Roblox, even after everything that they've done, we are still open to a conversation, but only on basic good faith terms.
If Roblox is sincerely interested in a constructive conversation about platform safety, we are open to engaging in such a dialogue, provided it is not conducted in a context where our client is simultaneously being threatened, publicly maligned and privately courted without notice to his legal representatives. Critically, any such discussion must also address how Roblox intends to become accountable to the hundreds, if not thousands, of individuals who have been exposed to predation as a result of using the platform. To date, despite publicly attacking Schlep and hastily introducing safety features in apparent response to the unfavorable publicity generated by his advocacy, neither Mr. Kaufman, Mr. Baszucki, nor any other representative of the company has asked a single question about the devastating number of survivors of misconduct facilitated through the Roblox platform.
It's been almost 2 months since that letter was sent to Roblox's law firm, and they have not responded to my attorneys. Roblox reached out to me only after the damage was done, and the way they did it was inappropriate and self-serving. They tried to hold that outreach up in the public as proof they engaged and cared about what I had to say, while still continuing the same disgusting attacks. Even after that, I didn't reject them. All I did was wait, and then I countered with 2 basic conditions: honesty and a basic discussion for the victims that they themselves have created. And well, that was too much for them, because they never responded back.
Maybe this is gonna end up being like a year-long saga or something. Because when did he end up getting banned? Like maybe 2-3 months ago, right? About 3 months ago.
This video.
This is when the video came out, August 9. Okay, so yeah, this might end up being like, could be like a year-long thing.
Come back to Roblox. Maybe I could have even worked with them like they suggested. But if a company cannot agree to something as basic as speaking in good faith, then there's something deeper going wrong here.
Already 3 months ago, yeah, time flies.
My voice for a few Roblox accounts. At the end of the day, there's thousands of survivors who were not listened to, who were dismissed, who were harmed on a platform that told the world it was safe. After what happened to me when I was younger, I searched the world for that voice. I will not stop speaking out for the thousands of victims that this platform has created. And the reality is, I think Roblox knows this. And I think this is why they didn't reach back out. And if that means I'm banned forever and can never play this game again, well, so be it.
I mean, at this point, it goes beyond playing the game anyways. This is reached a different level of being super serious.
Our documentary, we've been, as you know, trying to schedule a sit-down interview with somebody from Roblox to discuss all of these issues in a very open and honest environment. And thus far, they are refusing to sit down for an interview. And when I pressed as to why they wouldn't want to sit down, a spokesperson told me it was because I interviewed you and the Louisiana Attorney General.
The irony of Roblox going on live television saying they value the feedback from me and the state attorney general, and then turning around and refusing Chris Hansen's interview, that can only be viewed as pure dishonesty. In just the last month, during a Senate Judiciary hearing, a whistleblower from another company called out Roblox for their massive safety failures. Florida has now issued a criminal subpoena against Roblox, officially putting them under criminal investigation. Texas has announced a sweeping lawsuit against Roblox. Kentucky and other states have filed lawsuits too. And in Kentucky's filing, my name is mentioned 13 times. They even mentioned me in the press conference. They cite safety issues that I've been bringing up since before my cease and desist, and highlight how I've been calling it out. On Fox News earlier this month, David was asked about me again. He ignored the question about me, but then he tried to shift the blame onto other social media platforms, which of course he didn't name. But mind you, Roblox is partnered with those other platforms, and only when to be put under the spotlight.
Yeah, partnering with Discord is crazy when we all know the crazy shit that happens on Discord, and it's like, but you guys have like 5-year-olds on your game. I don't know.
A lot I can't talk about yet, but trust me, this fight is far from over. Roblox has created one of the most dangerous spaces online, and the people responsible for it need to be held accountable. But that only happens if we continue to speak up. Call your local senators, your attorney generals. Tell them that Roblox needs to be investigated. Tell them whistleblowers are being silenced while predators run free. Lawmakers have told me these calls matter, and that's how they got involved in the fight in the first place. Your voice has extreme power, and one simple call can change everything. I quickly want to give a shout out to these amazing people you see on your screen. If you want to go the extra mile and help support the work I'm doing, you can go over to schlep.tv.
Wow. Well, that was a really good video. So things that we learned from the video, what's called, so Roblox did reach out to Schlep, but they reached out in a way to basically be like, oh, thanks for all the subs, guys. They basically reached out in a way to be like, oh, you know, we can have a conversation about having you back on the platform, but they didn't go through Schlepp's lawyers. Schlepp's lawyers sent them a statement saying we need to have open and honest dialogue. They ignored that, and then Chris Hansen requested that Roblox does a sit-down interview with just Chris Hansen. Schlepp wouldn't even be involved. And according to Schlepp, Roblox denied because Chris Hansen has interviewed Schlepp and that one other person from Louisiana, I believe. So, yeah, this looks like this is not going to end anytime soon. And he's already made 3 videos about this, you know, each with their own updates and stuff like that. This started in August. Thank you, Jendro. I appreciate that. This started in August. And, you know, if this gets into like a legal case where like people start getting sued and stuff like that, this could be like years long thing. It sounds like Roblox is trying to get Schlepp back on the platform, but like he said, it's way past, you know, this isn't about Roblox, the game anymore. This is about Roblox not taking action against predators. So it's just kind of like it's a pretty slippery situation. I don't see this ending anytime soon. And the community is still very obviously behind him. I mean, this video got 7 million views in 2 weeks, man. And if he's monetized, man, oh my God, the amount of money that he's going to be making off of these videos is crazy. No problem, Fang. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you guys for subbing, by the way. Thank you for the subscribers. Make sure you guys are subbing, notifications on for future live streams. But yeah, seems like pretty much everyone is in unanimous agreement about David Baszucki. And I don't know, like, dude's just like really weird. And I don't know. I feel like there needs to be like a formal investigation done on him specifically, because there's something off about him. I don't know. Something like the way he speaks, it just kind of strikes me in like a little bit of a weird way. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Let's see if there's anything going on the Twitters. But yeah, Roblox, man. Roblox is in a very weird spot right now, but I'll stay back for another 5-6 minutes to chit chat if you guys want to ask me some questions or something. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Anyone got any little questions for me real quick? The Twitters, yeah, that's what old people say. I'm an old people. Would you ever do a collab with Schlep? I mean, I don't know what the collab would be. He's too big time for me. I'm a nobody, man. Are you joining Rumble? Probably not. If you guys don't know what Nostalgia's talking about, Rumble reached out to me, and they want me on their platform. I'm just not a fan of how Rumble conducts their platform. Just way too much political crap, you know? So, yeah, I'm most likely not going to join. I don't know. I'm not a fan of how Rumble conducts their website. I really think that they are doing worse than YouTube, to be honest. Would you consider calling yourself the YouTube version of him? Nah. I mean, I don't care about labels like that. I mean, what he's doing is a lot more important. He's talking about catching predators. You know, I've never done anything like that. The closest thing I've done to that is try to get YouTube to ban predatory channels. But obviously, he's actually getting them convicted, so he's doing a lot better work than me. But yeah, Roblox, I mean, not Roblox, I keep confusing them because they start with R. Rumble really wants me on their platform. And Odyssey reached out as well. I'd be more keen on joining Odyssey. I already actually have joined Odyssey. I don't know if it works like this, but just type that in. Let's see if this works. Okay, well, it didn't work. But yeah, Odyssey is another YouTube competitor, and I made one video on there. I haven't heard of Glomble. Have you ever heard of PackGod? I have, yeah. But I don't know who he is, though. Lawyers did an interview with Majority Report, and now MR is on board with age verification. Oh, damn. What's your next video about? I don't know, dude. There's not really anything going on right now. I'll have to, you know, maybe do some research to, see if there's anything going on with age verification. But not much is going on right now. Your typing inspired me to learn typing fast. I'm a slow typer. But yeah, Glomble, I've heard of Glomble, but I haven't checked it out yet. You know what? Let's check it out. Glomble. See what types of videos there are. Ah, yeah, this is very down and dirty. I think they got to work on their website design a little bit. Yeah, this looks very homemade. But yeah, what's it called? Hopefully, Roblox pulls their heads out of their asses, man. Main thing with Rumble is a crypto thing. Yeah, you know, the thing is with Odyssey, and this is so first of all, a lot of people will say that Google owns Odyssey. That's not true. What's it called? They're confusing the Odysseys. They own something called Odyssey, but it's not the same thing. It's like a video backup app from February 2015. That's not the same thing as Odyssey, the video sharing website. So yeah, no, Google does not own Odyssey. What's it called? The creator of Glomble is 15. Oh, really? Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Odyssey has a crypto thing. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So from what I heard, Odyssey, like the way you get monetized over there is like it has something to do with cryptocurrency. Monetize their content through its platform builds on a blockchain of crypto, and it's just like, dude, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too stupid, but I don't understand crypto really. And I would, if I'm on a website, like, okay, so first of all, ads, right? I have made tons of videos talking about how bad YouTube ads are, right? In terms of nudity content, in terms of the frequency of ads and stuff like that. But at the same time, a website needs ads. Like me and, you know, other, you know, much better content creators than me, we can't make videos without ads, you know what I mean? Because then we don't make any money, we don't get paid, right? So Odyssey took the very brave route of not having any ads on their platform. But the problem is, how are they going to pay their people? You know what I mean? All these content creators over here, how are they going to get paid? People just have to donate to them, right? And obviously, unless you're, I don't know, getting like $1,000 in donations very frequently, you're not going to be able to make a lot of money off of it, you know? And in terms of asking full-time content creators to switch, like let's say Moist Critical and Jacksepticeye and all those people, if they switch over, for them, they're already rich, you know what I mean? So they don't have to work another day in their lives. But let's say, I don't know, content creators like myself or people who only have like a few 100K subs, if they're asking us to switch over and use this instead of YouTube, then the problem is we're not going to make enough money to survive, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's very annoying for us, but we get it for you. Well, it's annoying for me too. Remember, I'm also a viewer of YouTube. Just because you're a YouTuber, you're not, that doesn't mean you don't watch YouTube videos. It's annoying for me too, but I'm just saying that like YouTube ads are ridiculous. There's too many of them, but we need some type of ads. I think, in my opinion, it should be one ad that just plays at the end of the video. Or maybe only one ad that plays at the start of the video. That's it, you know what I mean? And maybe make it once every 5 videos you get an ad. I know that would cause our revenue to go down, but at least you guys would be able to, and myself as well, we would be able to enjoy videos without it getting interrupted every, 5 minutes or whatever. So yeah, so the fact that Odyssey is having no ads, I mean, that's good on them, but the problem is their creators can't really get paid. That's pretty unfortunate. And then Rumble is on the opposite side, where they, like their viewership wise, they are probably the closest contender to YouTube other than Twitch and all that. And then right now it's on gaming, right? But mainly like when you go on like the website, it's just all about politics, as you can see over here, and crypto and just politics, crypto, finances, all this crap. Like it's not a very welcoming environment in terms of entertainment. You know what I mean? Watch enough YouTubes, they make more for me on ads than if I just paid the monthly sub. Yeah. They switch it up because of your video? Nah, I don't have that type of pull. YouTube they were really reaching out to me for, I mean, you guys, if you guys haven't seen the recent videos, they actually were proposing to do an interview, or I guess I proposed the interview, and they were like, oh, they'd be open to the idea of it. But then they haven't hit me back since, so I don't think that's happening. I think they know that I would grill them. If I was to ever do an interview with YouTube, trust me, it would not be like the one we just saw with David Baszucki. I'm going to go in on them. So I think they know that. That's why they don't want to do the interview with me. They make you talk like a chatbot. Well, then respectfully, I'm not going to do the interview then. If they're going to restrict me to the point where I can't ask them some serious questions, then I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Because then it's pretty much no point. But yeah, I think we'll call it a day there. Thank you guys to everybody who joined me. Be sure you guys are subbed with notifications on. Like I said, my videos aren't really getting pushed out that much. So please be sure to sub with notifications on. And please leave a like in the video as well. Thank you guys for being here. And I will see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys around. Bye, guys.